I feel like I'm exactly where I'm supposed to be in my life. I'm back where I was born to be. And I've come home at last.
Hello, I'm Richard Ridge for Broadway World. Jamie Lloyd's Olivier Award-winning production of Sunset Boulevard has come to Broadway, and we're here on opening night to celebrate with the company led by Nicole Scherzinger.
Broadway has been a childhood dream of mine. A lot of people don't realize. They know me from the dolls, but I started out in the theater. I'm a musical theater girl at heart. And so today I fulfilled my childhood dream, but not only did I get to do it, but I got to do it. Jamie has given me the opportunity and the stage to be able to share all of my gifts and all of my abilities with the world.
And having all of you come over, the 6 of you came over together, all making your Broadway debuts, did that make it extra special of going through it together?
Absolutely. There's a chemistry, there's a bond there, and I'm just so proud of my cast. I'm so proud of my cast from the UK and the cast here in New York.
When we first met, you had just arrived here, and I said, when you made your Broadway debut, make it from the heart. What were you thinking tonight when you took your Broadway debut here at the St. James?
Oh, honey, I prayed so hard. God is so good to me, and I left my heart and my soul out there. I've waited my whole life for this moment to really share with people my whole heart and soul. And this is a night I will never forget.
I'm so gassed.
Yeah.
I am so gassed to be here. This night was incredible. I'm not going to forget it. You told me, you were like, don't forget, like, just take it in.
Yeah.
Don't get washed over with emotion, just take it in. And I stood there in the bows and I was like, this is a feeling that I'm never going to forget.
Okay.
So thank you for that.
When I spoke to you the last time, you had just arrived in New York. You'd
Yeah.
been here for like 48 hours. What was like the whole process, like putting the show together, working through previews up to tonight? What have you enjoyed the most?
I think just spending time and getting to know this cast, crew, and creative team and front of house lot at the St. James, because this theatre just support you in a way that is just so beautiful. From everyone who opens the door, the stage door, to people who are in charge of the sound, or do you know what I mean? Like everyone who works here, it's such a supportive atmosphere. And coming into work and being around them every day you can't ask for anything better. Do you know what I mean? My mum and dad always say to me, they're like, you should try and do something in your life that you don't feels like work, and they definitely don't make that feel like work.
This show is one of my favourite shows, always was. I saw it here in 1996. Betty Buckley and George Hearn was Max. You know, George Hearn was my baritone hero growing up. So that was a really, really like sort of formative night in the theatre for me. I was only 13. It's one of those nights that I remember thinking, wow, I really want to be an actor. And funnily enough, another one was a year later at Lyceum in London, seeing Jesus Christ Superstar, another one of Andrew Jones, which I also did. So it's like, those sort of two nights really struck a chord with me. And so like our first preview, at the Bows, I remember thinking, I was thinking about that a lot. I was like, this is very cool to be doing this here.
Reaction is much different here in New York, right? The way audiences react, right?
Go wild here. Like, it's really nice. It's really nice. The audiences in the UK are a lot more quiet and contained. So it's nice because we know that this is an amazing show, and it's nice to have that received in such a way that lets us know that it's good, you know?
What was today like for you leading up to your debut?
I did a lot of relaxing this morning. I needed it, did some beautifying. I just needed to kind of take a moment to let it sink in what I was doing. And after the bows, I got a little bit emotional. I think mainly because my family aren't here yet. They're not here until my birthday, which is in April. So it was, so I'm really excited to have them here, but it was like, I can't believe I'm doing this, but I wish they could have been here, but it's a long way.
When we met, I said, remember tonight.
Yeah.
I said, remember when you take your bow, make it from the heart. So when you looked out there, what were you thinking?
I was thinking, I've just made my Broadway debut. And, I only graduated last year, so this is just like, it's incredible. I'm still very much so living in a dream state bubble, but I'm loving it.
A lot of the fun comes from trying to kind of find a new way to tell the story, to chart the emotional and psychological journey, and find a different aesthetic approach. So that's the kind of exciting thing every day, is you kind of think, how else could we tell this story? And it kind of forces you into new directions, and you kind of have to think as kind of big as possible. You kind of have to really kind of like let your imagination run riot, and you have to really, hopefully the aspiration is that there is a space in which everyone is free to try out new ideas and experiment and explore and feel really kind of free to be able to kind of, try out, maybe some thoughts that are kind of surprising, maybe unexpected, but to commit to those wholeheartedly and then see whether they work or not. Yeah. And then that's a very, very creative, nourishing, exciting rehearsal room to be a part of. Yeah. These 4 leading roles, these 4 leading actors are so exceptional in every way. But we've all just become great, great friends. They are like dream collaborators. But we're so honest with each other. We're so open with each other. We have a lot of fun. There's a lot of humor. And that makes for we all kind of run into work, because we just love being with each other. And the fact that kind of energy is now extended, into our new US cast, our amazing ensemble who are so talented, but so kind of passionate and full of joy. It's just a great place to work and a great company to work with.
I mean, Nicole has this amazing life story that she brings in, and the fabric, the DNA, it's in her, this experience, this life experience. I had to tap into that because you don't see it all the time in the West End or in a Broadway show. And so we kind of started to pull from her experience as a Pussycat Doll, and that sort of like being able to cater to a stadium with thousands and thousands of people. And then there was a moment where we were choreographing the tango, and I was like, but didn't you win Dancing with the Stars? So, we went back, and I kind of looked at what she was able to do, and I was like, this has got to go in. We have to sew this together so that it's just as much yours as it is Norma's, And then there's a lot of couple of little Easter eggs in there of Pussycat stuff as well. So, I mean, if there's a real Pussycat fan, they'll see the little Easter eggs in the show as well.
What has amazed you the most about what Jamie Lloyd has done with your beautiful show?
He's reinvented it. Yeah. And he hasn't directed it. He's more like a visionary. Yeah. It's quite amazing. I was saying to somebody else before, no one has said to me, oh, I've really enjoyed it. Every single person has said to me, what a show. Unbelievable. It's that kind of reaction from everyone, which is...
Yeah, I didn't know what to expect at all when we heard that Jamie was doing it. But I think really in the first week of rehearsals, we thought something remarkable is afoot.